Hi, welcome back to my channel. So I'm popping back on because I could feel a really strong energy of karma releasing coming through today. So it's like that final, because we've also come across the wheel today, which is, you know, this time of completion. It's like this karmic cycle has finally run its course, and it's done a full circle, really, and now it's at its completion. It's ended. The cycle has now ended, and it's time for this new start, this new beginning. And we have miracles entering, you know, this time where you are, it's that time of the final release. That final release. That final surrender. It's like allowing, finally, the universe to step in to truly guide you, to bring you back into alignment. Perfect. I'm not going to say any more right now, thank you. I'm going to now call on our angels and ancestors for some further guidance for us all this evening, for the collective. Let's find out some more about your situation and what guidance the angels and ancestors have for you this evening. Is it the time of that final purge? Is it the final purge? The final purge. They keep telling me it's the final countdown. Is it the final countdown? Earlier, I was saying how I only had 21 seconds to go, you know. So what's that about the time? Did you feel that you were short of time? And yet that's the thing with time, is that there's an abundance of time. Time is infinite. Time never ceases to be, ever. So there's always time. There's always time. And that's the thing with time. You make more of time. You just make more time. So thank you, angels and ancestors. So let's get 2 cards. Our first card being, let's tell us some more about the situation for the collective today. Okay, so this card fell down. Well, the sun came down. This is how it fell. The sun actually fell down into the darkness on the right side of me. So, you know, and now I'm being given Elton John as a song. It's like, okay, so don't let the sun go down on me. That's like the message that's coming through. It's like, enjoy success and happiness, which is the most positive card in the deck. And yet the sun like, it was like the sun was falling to the ground, you know, like a sunset, only this was, yeah, this was like the masculine energy. It's like, is the divine feminine, you know, basking in her joy and light at this time, and, you know, enjoying the place that she stands. Is she enjoying the position that she has made for herself? Is she claiming and accepting that role so that she can enjoy success and happiness in her life? She's no longer, you know, she's no longer going to hide away in the shadows. The divine feminine wants to be in the light. Right, as I've actually got like a spotlight shining in my face just so I can see this card. So as the masculine's more feeling as if, you know, their happiness has left them for a while. The masculine's residing in the shadows again for a while, or at this time. Well, I've just pulled the card and like, whoop, I've lifted you right up, Mr. Masculine. I've lifted you right up off the air, Mr. Masculine. I've helped you rise up. I lifted you up off the floor. I helped the masculine rise up. You know, come and meet the divine feminine in the middle at the table, as it was 7:07. That's just, you know, what was that? Some sort of spiritual alignment. You know, just as we were talking about coming into alignment and finding your fulfillment in our last reading. You know, this is all the channeled message, you know. Can you hear the chains in the background? Not my bangles, if I be quiet. Did you hear the chains? It was like the chains were there. The chains are finally coming off the divine masculine's heart. You know, I had to lift him right up off the floor. You know, he'd fallen right down there. I'm still shuffling, but I'm showing you the bottom of the deck. I've still got another card to pull. We've got the Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. I feel like this masculine that dipped down there on the floor, he like literally like took a bit of a dive down into the shadows. But that was what he was doing here in the cave. This is what this masculine was doing. He dove. That's not even a word. If that was a word, it would be dove, but that's not a word. Can we just correct that? Oh my goodness. Exactly. We've just got confirmations all around us, and nobody is perfect. It doesn't even matter. Well, we learn. We live and learn. But this masculine, I think he lived and learned. But he, you know, he had some lessons to learn. And he went down into the cave, into the darkness. Thinking that that's where he was going to find his fulfillment. But actually, I mean, we've got wait for important information underneath that. It actually left him waiting. That's what it did. You know, it left him waiting. It left him confused, feeling confused and unsure about what to do, you know, which kind of leaves him stuck. You know, he knows that it was time to move beyond these ancestral patterns. It's time to move beyond all of those patterns of diving, just repeating the same cycles and stuff. That's what's been coming out today. Oh, it doesn't want to show us. It just wants to show us that the Divine Masculine's healing. It just wants to show us the healing. So what was being hidden from us? What's being hidden from us? That's interesting. Is that this Divine Masculine, this masculine here, that, you know, the card that flew down into the shadows that I've lifted out here in the cave. You know, he's been tapping in actually to the feminine energy within him. It's trying to honor the inner knowing, but it could also be that he's needing to heal this aspect within him, heal his relationship with that aspect within him. That's very interesting. Why does he need to heal that aspect within him? Because the mountains, because he's standing his ground, which can also represent that he's actually like, perhaps just, like we were saying, he's not moving. He's immovable, deciding not to move. I don't know. When really he needs to not be so stubborn and rigid or hard-faced like the mountain, and be more peaceful. Okay. So Divine Feminines, you see, there may have been a switch over in energy. So perhaps Divine Feminines, you may actually be finding yourself feeling more connected to the masculine energy within you. And just as I was saying about the Divine Masculine, feeling that connection to the feminine aspect within him and trying to heal that. I'm picking up that the Divine Feminine, may also be very much residing in her masculine energy at this time. I'm very connected to that. But she's staying very focused. She's staying very focused on what it is that she intends for herself and what it is that she'd like to create for herself. She's holding space. She's the druid here. She's like, holding space for that wisdom that she knows deep within her. Holding space for the masculine within her. Holding space for, the feminine within her. Holding space. Holding space. Holding time and space. Because she can create more time. There's always more time. So Divine Feminine continues to hold that space and time. The Water Guardian. She's not afraid or ashamed to connect with her emotions. She'll stand quite clearly and look you in the eye and tell you honestly how she feels. Maybe triggering for those that can't handle theirs. She's not afraid. She's committed. She's devoted. To the journey, to herself, to rising up, to have this sunshine in her life, to enjoy success and happiness. She's committed to her purpose. She's committed to that which she wishes and intends to create. She's staying committed to that. And she will. And she will. Wow, Divine Feminine. And she will. That's amazing. Okay, they've called me to split the deck in the middle. So what's going on in the heart of this situation? Well, we've got see your seeds grow. That's exactly what this time is. It's like miracles are about to, blossom. And, well, yeah, that's the word, because it was 1717 on the counter. So, yeah, miracles are about to blossom into your life. And you may not know that this is coming. So that's interesting. So there we go. That was our oh, I was meant to pull another card, but shall I? I've just done the message. So no, that is exactly where that message stays. Well, there we go. Do I need to read? What do I need to say? Is there any more to say with regards to that? Well, shall I just pull some cards with regards to, how Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine are feeling towards one another at this time, and what's going on with that energy between them? Considering I've just, wow, and I split the deck. So, okay, so the energy and confirmation by all of the, well, why not? All of the chaos around me. That's not chaos. It was an air freshener and me knocking something off the table with my clumsy elbow. Well, so what's going on in the heart of this situation? Well, between you both, you actually deeply cherish one another. You really do. You deeply cherish one another, and you are committed. You literally are committed. You actually share the same values, right? You actually share the same values. You cherish one another. And you may not know this. I think this is so deeply rooted that, they're both, even there in the shadows there, it's like you can't even see the colour of their clothes. It's like even they're hidden. It's like it's so deeply hidden that you don't even know that that this is how they feel about you. So, and then at the top of the deck you see openness. It's like, yeah, openness. That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to come in. Okay, so now we're gonna shuffle. So let's find out, shall we? What cards will do the soul connections when two hearts meet? Love oracle cards. So let's find out. So thank you, spiritual. So what have I actually been talking about? How this is a time of, it's like that final purge, that final release, that final surrender. Ending all those toxic cycles, like once and for all. It's done, it's dusted, it's gone, it's done. This is now. This is now. It's time now to enjoy success and happiness, to rise up out of that darkness. Your spiritual journey is beginning. Now, I was saying how, like, in my last reading, miracles are blossoming into your life. Miracles are on their way. And here it's like your spiritual journey is beginning. And I feel like, Divine Feminines, you know that you've been on the journey. You're already on the journey. And it's likely, anyone that's in the, mostly resonating, or connected to the Divine Feminine energy, you'll be watching the reading. And that was the chair. But I also know that masculines watch. But I feel that this is, it's like this is your, we had freedom in the last card as well. And it's like the dove, it's like the hands open. The dove is finally free. You're finally free to follow that which, you love, that where you find peace. Are you going to open up and actually, accept that? Wow. Okay. And it's, possibly time to rekindle your relationship. Every relationship has magical moments that can be rekindled. You see the sparklers. Did sparks fly? Did you feel like you lost the spark, when in actual fact the spark is there and it's infinite? If you can see, like, that sparkler is like going round and round. There's a little break in the loop, and that break in that loop is that's just that moment where you see everything, like all the lines coming off it as well. It's like at the bottom it's all like falling away. Well, that's all that stuff that's all that karmic shit language. That's all that karmic endings, all that, all that stuff that's being released right now. That final purge. It's like, see, it went round and then it, it started a new circle, a new cycle that wasn't, it isn't toxic. It's interesting. So your relationship can be rekindled. You just need to be open. Wow, your soul is preparing to reconnect. Trust in the process. Your Divine Masculine, he is, it's like, okay, that card, it's like, okay, so he is ready. It's like he is ready for you to to help lift him up out of the darkness, Divine Feminine. It's like that's what it is. And Divine Feminines as well, you know who that special person is. In fact, you both know. You both know who that special person is that you are being guided to. And that you have to allow everything to take its natural course. And maybe that does involve, you know, endings. It involves, yeah, endings to allow for those new beginnings. To allow for those new beginnings. Okay. So, our final message. Well, what would you like to hear? Would you like some small messages from the Divine Masculine? Well, if I can find the cards, I shall read some messages from your Divine Masculine. Okay, let's have a look. Messages from your Divine Masculine to close out our reading, because I'm nearly at half an hour already. Okay, so what final words would your masculine like to say to you, Divine Feminine, to close out our reading today for this right now moment in time? So your Divine Masculine wants you to know that he never stopped loving you, Divine Feminine. Perhaps that's news to you that he even loved you in the first place, you know? Perhaps that's the thing, that actually he you know, he didn't mean to hurt you. Perhaps him not telling you hurt you. And he didn't mean to hurt you. But you actually make him happy. And he wants to be with you. He chooses you. He loves you. And he misses your touch. So please forgive him, Divine Feminine. I know, right? Patience and trust and compassion and love. Your Divine Masculine loves you, Divine Feminine. So despite how you may be feeling at this time, he says to you, please don't give up on him. Please don't give up on him, Divine Feminine.